Okay, right here is an early model Koehring 304 stick front. Now this machine was a product from Koehring's first heavy-duty series line of shovels and drag lines, which was pre-1950. It is hard to put a particular date of build on this machine, being that there's no serial on it, but I can tell you, just by the design of this machine, it was built in either the late 1920s or 1930s. Definitely before World War II, however. So now I'll take it and show you around the shovel a little bit. You can see on each side the large, wide, individually linked crawler pads to spread the weight of this machine when it would go to work. On the side of the crawler frame here, you can see where it says Koehring Heavy Duty and the Koehring symbol, the big K. On the back of the shovel, the lower piece that's bolted on right here is your rear counterweight, and you can see where it says Koehring. If you look underneath this, these two metal brackets on each side that are welded on are so you can slide extra counterweights on the back. Here's one of your extra counterweights right here that was slid on. The purpose of this is, depending on which configuration this machine was set up as, determines how much more extra counterweight the customer would want installed on the back of the machine. As a drag line, this machine would need a little bit more counterweight, so it would keep it stable when it would be digging. From here you can get a good view of the lower works of this shovel. You can see it is chain driven. You can see the chain running around the sprocket right there, which connects to your drive sprocket to travel the machine. You can see your center ring right there, and where your swing motor connects to swing the shovel left or right. And up top, you can get a good view of your superstructure. Here's the operator side of the machine. The vent you see right there is to allow air circulation in back by the engine. This machine was powered by a Detroit 371. If you look at the cab on this machine, you'll notice it's a lot different in design compared to some of the newer Koehring shovels and drag lines after about 1950. The newer models had a more curved design cab, while the older model, like this 304, had a more straight design on its cab. Here's the operator station on the 304. You can see your three hand levers in front here, foot pedals on the floor, your fold down seat so the operator can get back by the engine, which you can see is right back there, and you can see your drums off to the side here. Right here is where the shovel boom connects to the superstructure of the machine. And if this machine were set up as a drag line or a lifting crane, this is where it would connect, right here. This rope you see running out here goes underneath through these sheaves inside the boom, then out of the boom right here and connects up to that sheave up top, and the purpose of that is to extend your crowd in or out. Right here you can see your lock on the lip of the bucket. To release the lock, the operator would pull this cable here, and it would unpin the lock, the lip on the bucket would drop down, and the load would dump out. This is about a 1.5 yard machine, and you can see it is single rope to lift the dipper handle up or down. On the very top of the boom, you can still see where it says Koehring. And if you look at the design of this machine, especially the boom, you can see, instead of being covered over by a piece of metal, you can see how all the bolts are shown and how it's very much simple in its design, how it's basically just bolted together. There's not a lot of style. This is a very common sign from a machine from the late 1920s or 1930s. And as I said, the model 304 was offered as a stick front, a clam, lifting crane, or drag line. Later on, Koehring would replace the 304 with the newer 305.